lesson, you're going to learn about the different types of things that social media considers to be video, and we as human beings tend to engage with differently than we would engage with in static content. The good news is it's not all going to be pick up your phone, record, turn on the camera, record. Like, there are other ways to use video that doesn't take quite so much emotional energy. And it's a really good way to cut your teeth if you're someone who is anxious about doing video for the first time. So let's talk about, we have the two videos. Like, we have two videos definitely that we know about. We know that there's video, right, where you're recording something. I'm going to record somebody doing something. Or there's live, where I'm going to go live, press the button and go live. But there are many other types of videos you can do. GIFs count as videos. So if you select a GIF, it counts as a video. Often those are MP4 formats, so those work as well. Time-lapse videos, where if you go outside, hit record, let it record the sunset, do it as a time-lapse. Most phones have those available as a general feature. Slow motion videos, those count as videos. POV videos count as well, like if you have a GoPro of some kind and you're recording yourself skateboarding or recording yourself doing anything, cross-stitching, anything that's like a point of view of you doing something. If you have ever watched cooking shows or crocheting videos, usually somebody will have a camera right on like the saucepan or right on their hands, right? Those are point of views where basically your face is not in the camera. You're just showing them how something is done. And usually a lot of people find that to be less intimidating than having their face on the camera where they're talking to somebody. Of course, you have live. There's also 360 videos, which on Facebook, you can take a picture that's a 360, and that actually counts as a video as well. I personally find those to be really disconcerting. When I find a 360 video, I click on it and it messes with my head. So I usually don't play around with them, but I know that some people really love them, and it definitely counts as one as well. Boomerangs. Boomerang counts as video. I personally have made 2 boomerangs in my life, but I know lots of people love them, and they definitely count as video as well. Audiograms. So audiograms are those things where you've probably seen them on my Instagram, where it's an image and then you hear the voiceover on the image where it's a snippet from the podcast or the live or the video or what have you. And it's audio, but it counts as video for social media. And then if you just upload a video that I had a project from when I was 20 years old. That's a video that was made, I did it as a film thing that I had converted. I'm going to upload that, right? So you can just upload any video. So as long as it's an MP4 video and you upload it, it's fine. It can be a music video from when you were younger. Beware of copywriting. That's going to be a problem. But that is a type of video, right? So there are many different ways that different types of content that counts as video for the social media algorithm and for our eyes. So keep in mind that movement is a big part of it. So even if you have something that's animated, or if you have a sort of like a picture where you animate a small part of it, all of those types of things count. So this is not an exhaustive list. But what I really would like for you to do as you're going through your own social media, when you're browsing at night, doom scrolling, whatever, is when you notice content that has movement in it, that is not something that you're like, like sometimes they'll have like a picture and then the sun is like raining down light, right? That's a video also. Pay close attention to those things, because if those are things that interest you, if you're like, that would be fun, I would like to try to play around with that, those will also count as video. So you don't have to say, well, I'm going to do a video where I'm going live and talking about 8 million different things. If you're really excited about using that kind of software and you're playing around with it anyway, that's totally fine as well. Okay. Now, the first question, when I've given you this long list of video options, is how do you approach this? Because that's a lot of different videos and that's overwhelming. Okay. So don't feel like you need to do all of those video types, because you absolutely don't. Those are simply the options that are available to you as you're creating video. Play around with them. Video can be a lot of fun. The only reason why it's not for many of us is because we attach so much meaning to it, and it's like, oh my God, am I going to get a sale? Will people like it? There's so much that we put into each little video, like all of our hopes and dreams. Like, honestly, the poor little video, it's just going to shatter under the weight of pressure that we're putting on it. So pull back a little bit and have a good time. Think of this as an experiment in trying new things. And believe me when I say that when you approach it from that side of trying new things, it will make you more excited about doing it. And when you make mistakes or run into problems, which you will, it'll be a lot less intense and a lot less depressing and demoralizing. Okay, so it's super, super important. Before you're going to get to the space where you're doing things that people think look cool, that you think look cool, you've got to practice and do things that don't look cool. It all starts with not looking cool and fun. It all starts with, oh my God, I just made this weird video where I was trying to make the sun rain gold and instead I made my eye pop out of my head. Oh well, that happens. Share the eye popping out of your head video. Believe me, people love it, right? When you think about yourself in life, we try a lot of different things before we settle in on what we're going to decide. Think of how many different types of toothpaste you've tried in your life, right? You've probably settled on one now, but you tried a lot at some point. You try different styles, you try different hair colors. We try a lot of different things before we settle in on, oh, I like Dr. Pepper over Coca-Cola or whatever it is that you decide you like. But in business, especially with software, we often feel like the one we pick has to be the one that works and that's the one we love and then that's it. And if it doesn't work, then it's all over, right? I want you to come at it from a more playful perspective, not something isn't going to work for me. This isn't working. How can I make it work for me? How can I take this and use it somewhere else? Think of it more as playing around in a pool of paint, right? As opposed to doing videos that are going to make or break your business for the rest of your life, which, as you can tell, one seems much more less intense than the other, right? Way, way more. I do a lot of different types of video, and for me, my favorite type is live. So being perfectly transparent here, I go live. That's what I do. That's all I do is go live. In terms of the other videos that you see on my social media, when I was doing it myself, I did GIFs and I did snippets, GIFs and snippets. When I started outsourcing, I added in more. I'm like, okay, can you do audiograms? I want you to add in this video, because now I had a team to work with. So when you first start out with playing around and finding the couple of things that you like. And then over time, you can build and grow and add to them. Your business, it will grow as your business grows. You don't have to do all the things at once. So just pick one or two that you're like, I've tried all of these and I like these two best. Then those become your go-to. You do not need to have a whole lot of variety. Just pick those go-to and then those become the ones you stick with. So this lesson is about you experimenting with these, picking the ones that you're like, yeah, okay, I think I'm kind of liking these two. You can always come back. You can always undo it. Nothing is set in stone, but I don't want you to feel like you want to use all of these and that you want to choose between all of these each time, because that'll become too overwhelming. Pick two favorites for yourself as your end goal. And those will be the ones you'll stick with and experiment on the way. Okay. The keys to being successful as you're playing playing through this game, right, is one, you're going to be very tempted to get very hung up on the details. Oh my God, you're going to get really hung up on the details. You're going to get stuck in the pit of indecision. Oh my God, should I pick the GIF or should I pick the boomerang? And what should I make a boomerang of? Things like that, right? You're going to try to make it perfect. Oh my goodness, I was at the wrong angle. You could see up my nose. I was making a weird face. Things like that, right? You're going to worry about making a mistake. It looks stupid. You look foolish. Oh my God, do I really want to share this? Everybody else's looks so pro, right? Those are the things you're going to you're going to be really tempted to get hung up on those, like really tempted. And I want you to do something for me. When you get stuck like that, which you will, I want you to go to the squad for a kick in the butt. Okay. Go to the squad, post in there and say, I'm stuck on. Tell me what you're stuck on. We will help you, because we all get stuck in these spots. And the only way for us to get out of it is for us to tell someone so someone can help us out, right? You're not going to get out of it on your own. We're all here to help you. That's why I have the squad, right? You're never going, as I said earlier, you're never going to get better at making marinara sauce by trying to think your way through making marinara sauce, right? When you're sitting down and you're like, I want to make marinara sauce, you're not going to be like, I'm going to sit and figure out how to make marinara sauce perfect in my head first, and then I'm going to make it, and when I make it, it's going to be perfect. That's not how it works out. You have to make the marinara sauce, and then you have to taste it and be like, oh, God, not enough salt, not enough basil, right? Add some salt, add some basil. That's exactly what you're going to do here. You're going to do the freaking thing. You're going to iterate. You're going to do it again. You're going to iterate. You're going to do it again. And some of it's going to be ridiculously silly. And you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I made this. And others are going to be amazing. And you're going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe I made this. But remember, the squad is the place to come for the kick in the butt. Okay. So your homework for today is going to be, or for this lesson is going to be creating 2 videos, okay? So you have 2 pieces of homework today, okay? First is you're going to create a video post for your page, okay? So you're going to create a video post for your page. It can be a GIF, it can be a time lapse, it can be a POV, whatever you want, right? You remember, as you're making the video and when you write the post, you have to have description text in the post for the video that has keywords in it. So don't forget to go back to your 14-day content calendar, right? Take a look at that. If you're not sure what to make a video about, your 14-day content calendar will help you with that too, because you're going to make videos off of the same things that you made posts about. Did we just become best friends? I know what I'm talking about. All of those kinds of things. It's going to be the same. You're going to make written posts about those 5 things, and you're going to make videos about those 5 things. We're not going to overcomplicate it by coming up with a whole different set of things that we're going to talk about on video. It's the same set of topics, okay? Same 5 set of topics, right? So first, you're going to make that video post, and you're going to post it on your business page. Doesn't have to be a live, and then I want you to share that in the group. I want to be able to see that, okay? The second thing that I want you to do is I want you to introduce yourself to the Social Strategy Squad. Now, you do not have pre-approval in the squad, but I want you to go live anyway. You won't be live. That's okay. I just want you to go live, right? Just go live, press the button, and then we'll have to approve it later. 3 minutes, okay? And I want you to tell us your name and pronouns, okay? So tell us your name and pronouns. Tell us what you do, right? Feel free to include a link to your site in this post as well. So if you want to say, hey, this is what I do in your video, then put a link to your site in the description. That's totally fine. I'd love to see it, okay? Tell us something else about you. Do you have chronic conditions? Tell us something about your childhood, a weird fact about you. Who's your favorite band from the 80s? Mine is, mine changes. It's Duran Duran, it's Aha. It really depends, right? What are your thoughts on the Golden Girls? Do you have kids? Do you have dogs? Tell us something else about you. Let us get to know you a little bit, right? And make sure that you use the hashtag Squid Army so that we can find it easily. It is scary to do this, but once you do it and share, just pulling that Band-Aid off makes such a huge difference. And before you know it, you're going to be more and more comfortable sharing these things with your audience. If you feel so inclined, I want you to take the same video that you went live in the squad with. You should be able to download it. And I want you to share that on your business page or on your group. And I want you to tell them what you did. Like, tell them I did this for a group that I'm in. It was nerve-wracking and I shared it, right? And now I'm sharing it with you guys. Go ahead and do that. They will absolutely love it. You don't have to do that one, but if you're interested in just a little bit more of a boop, that will help a lot. Now that you know what types of videos you can make to get people's attention and get the algorithm's attention, in the next lesson, we're going to talk about how to tell the difference between marketing and sales videos and videos that you use to build relationships. See you there.